Chapter 24, Checkpoint. Number 1. How did the Indian Removal Act affect American Indian tribes in Tennessee? American Indian tribes were forced to leave Tennessee and move to Georgia. American Indian tribes were forced to move west of the Mississippi River, so they had to leave Tennessee. 2. Highlight the jobs that Andrew Jackson held during his life. Choose 3 of them. Your choices are teacher, blacksmith, photographer, soldier, U.S. Senator, U.S. President. 3. We found the road literally filled with a procession for about 3 miles in length. The sick and feeble were carried in wagons. A great many ride horseback and multitudes go on foot. Even aged families, apparently nearly ready to drop into the grave, were traveling with heavy burdens attached to the back, on the sometimes frozen ground and with sometimes muddy streets, with no covering for the feet except what nature had given them. Which event directly led to the event described in the quote? Jackson Purchase, Indian Removal Act. 4. What was the Tennessee Volunteers' nickname for Andrew Jackson? Stonewall Jackson, Old Hickory. 5. Decide who may have said each statement. Match the correct person next to each statement. I have made the decision to sell the Cherokee land in Georgia to the U.S. government. My people have lived on this land for generations. American Indian, Major Ridge. 6. How was Andrew Jackson's presidency different from other presidencies? He focused on the ordinary people. He was the first general to be president. 7. What was the ultimate outcome of the Trail of Tears? Many American Indians died, and those who survived lost their way of life and lived on reservations. American Indians gained sympathy and were allowed to keep their lands. 8. Which events occurred during Andrew Jackson's presidency? Tennessee statehood, Battle of Horseshoe Bend, Battle of New Orleans, Treaty of Echota, Indian Removal Act, and the Trail of Tears. 9. How did the Treaty of Echota affect the Cherokee in Tennessee? They agreed to move to Georgia. They agreed to move west of the Mississippi River. 10. There's a picture of a map. It says Unorganized Territory, Indian Territory, and Texas Territory. What event is pictured in this image? American Indians fleeing the Battle of Horseshoe Bend, American Indians on the Trail of Tears. 11. Decide who may have said each statement. Match the correct person next to each statement. I pledge to do everything in my power to keep the Cherokee land on Cherokee land. The Indians need to be removed to make room for more farms and settlements. John Ross, President Jackson. 12. What was John Ross's importance in Cherokee history? He helped negotiate the treaty that gave Cherokees land in Oklahoma. He fought against the Indian Removal Act and tried to save Cherokee lands.